Good morning, everybody, and happy Monday. And in almost 39 years of the financial services business, I don't believe I've ever started a missive talking about Greenland. But we're going to do that today and actually put it into a bigger picture. What's really going on here? So let's start with Greenland, then we'll expand it out. Why does President Trump care so much? Why is this in the news? Walt's going to go into the economic part of it, but you know me, let's start with the military part. So this is a map that looks down on the globe, basically from the North Pole. So you see the middle there, the big white spot, that's Greenland. Do you see the blue line that hugs the coast? That blue line is what faces Russia. And as Russia is bringing submarines out of the Baltic Sea, it has to go through what's called the GI-UK gap. What does that stand for? It stands for Greenland, Iceland, United Kingdom. Well, if you wanted to track submarines, you want to track it through a choke point, which is actually right there, which is also why we have Thule Air Force Base on the coast of Greenland right there. Now, how many people are stationed at Thule Air Force Base? 150. That's it. My guess is most of them are just monitoring. They're monitoring the sea traffic, the air traffic, the undersea traffic. If you get assigned to Thule as an Air Force officer, my guess is you're probably not headed to four-star general, but I'll let the Air Force guys tell me if I'm true or false on that. Anyway, the point is there's clearly a military reason for being there. But now let's connect some dots. What else has President-elect Trump talked about over the last week or so? Well, look at the map. We've got Greenland, wait a minute, Canada, 51st state, we've all heard this now, and the Panama Canal, right? And one last thing, you noticed who one of the first visitors was up to Mar-a-Lago after he was elected? It was President of Argentina, Milei, who went up there and spent several days at Mar-a-Lago. What's the common denominator here? All of those are in the Western Hemisphere. Huh. Let's add one more piece to it. Who did he name as his Secretary of State? Kind of an odd choice. Marco Rubio. Wait a minute. Marco Rubio. You don't think of him as, oh, wait a minute. His family's from Cuba. He speaks fluent Spanish. His whole emphasis in his Senate career was focused on this part of the globe. He wasn't over here in the Middle East or China. Here. What's going on here? What are we looking at? I'm going to take you back. You've heard me give this speech before. I'm going to do it real fast. What is Putin trying to do on the other side of the globe? He said, let's unite. Let's form this giant land power to counter the balance against the United States. Let's unite Europe with their engineering and technological prowess. Well, okay, that was more true 20 years ago than it is today, nonetheless. And all the natural resources of Russia and the stands and the factory floor to the world over here in Asia. Let's build roads, bridges, pipelines, banking systems. You've heard me talk about this. And to our friends in the Middle East, he said, join us in this great endeavor with your energy resources. And you've heard my response to this. All right, I get it. I see what you guys want to do. Good luck. Let's see. Hindus and Muslims haven't gotten on forever. Muslims can't even get along with themselves, much less the Jews or the Christians. All of these disparate groups in Europe, how long have the Germans and the French and the Italians been at it? Are you going to try to unite all this? Good luck, fellas. Have at it. Meanwhile, you've heard me talk about this. I said, why don't we unite in this hemisphere, north to south? I can give Putin speech. We have all the natural resources you could want in Canada, US, Mexico, certainly South America. Energy resources in the United States, Canada, Alaska, Venezuela, put those together. I think we have far better technological capabilities in the United States, Canada, than they've got over here right now. And could we have the factory floor to the world back here again? That has to do with the tariffs. I'm going to get to that next week. The point is, what's Trump trying to do? Is he trying to unite North to South in this hemisphere and say, you guys have at it? I'll say absent Israel. Israel's always a special case. But that may be what's really going on here. And we will be watching this, not just the political part, the geopolitical, but of course the economic part and the financial part and how it will affect your portfolios. So with that, think of this as a start of a little series of what I think is coming in 2025, what will be the key issues. And this one might be the framework for most of them. We'll see. So with that, I'm going to turn this over to Walt to talk a little bit more about Greenland and the economic part, and then whatever else is on his mind. And with that, happy Monday.